For the second year in a row, the three teams promoted to the Premier League at the beginning of last season have immediately found themselves relegated back down to the Championship at the end of it. Is it getting harder to remain in England's top division? If so, how can Leeds United, Burnley and Sunderland break that trend next season?
Hello and welcome to Football Now, here from the Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. Based on the last two seasons, there are growing concerns that the English Football League has a problem with competitiveness. In the last two Premier League campaigns, the three teams who have been promoted have been immediately relegated back down to the Championship, suggesting there is now a clear gulf between the already established Premier League teams and the rest of the English football pyramid.
Let's take a look at how the pyramid is devised. It comprises initially of all 92 league clubs that are split across all divisions of the EFL. At the very top is the pinnacle, the place where every team wants to be, the Premier League. Below that is the Championship, then League One, then League Two. If we delve further down the layers, 11 in total, the pyramid reaches the very depths of semi-professional and amateur football. The system, though, is all still connected to the very top. For this reason, every club in the country has a theoretical chance of one day making it to the Premier League, with the right investment and infrastructure behind them, making the dream accessible for everyone.
A great system, and we love it over here, and I think the reason we love it so much is because it gives hope to every single team. Every single team in that pyramid believes that one day they could be in the Premier League, and why not? We've seen recently with Wrexham and Welcome to Wrexham and those owners how much it blew their mind, because in the States that's just not a concept that you can have a team that can almost go all the way, and we've seen them get back-to-back promotions, which is a fairy tale in itself. The way you get to that league above and the playoff system, you don't have to just finish first or second. You can come in the sort of a top seven and you still got a chance of going up. Every team believes that that can happen to them, and I think that's what makes the football pyramid so special. That promotion, that relegation, and the competitive nature of it.
Well, the ambition for all clubs in England is to one day play in the Premier League, and an even greater ambition is to figure out a way to stay there. That second part at the moment seems to be proving tricky.
It's fair to say that in the last two seasons, the three teams promoted to the Premier League could not keep up competitively over the course of 38 games. Not only this, but on both occasions, the clubs were relegated with the lowest combined points totals the league has ever seen.
So, after two seasons, are these performances from promoted teams just a coincidence, or is there a genuine problem?
I understand the worry. I do get it, and the last two seasons have been quite staggering, really, when you're looking at it. What I would say is I think there is context to be applied to a lot of the teams, and obviously been a Championship viewer for all the years I have. You know, you look at the Ipswich side, which is an excellent League One side that's gone up through the pyramid again and just accelerated. Probably never seen a side do what they've done. You know, going up from League One, finishing second, and then just destroying the Championship, and then going up again. And you don't really see that. So really, actively, it was a League One side, so it needed a lot of surgery to it. It's all felt really self-inflicted by a lot of these clubs. I think the recruitment from Leicester and Southampton was really, really poor this season. So I think there is context to be applied, but I also acknowledge the fact that when you look at the 17 teams now, and there's a Leeds United fan going into the division, and I think, who can we grapple back? And I look at Wolves, and I look at West Ham, and then it's Man United and Spurs and co. It's like, wow, that level now is just ridiculous.
This upcoming season will see the arrival of Leeds United, Burnley and Sunderland to the Premier League. So, how can at least one of these clubs find a way to break this concerning trend?
Well, Leeds and Burnley, who are already promoted to the Premier League, have an advantage in the sense that they've been up, down, and when you're in that cycle in a 4-year period, your core squad potentially is still stronger because of your last time in the Premier League. They know what they're dealing with in terms of the competitive standard and the financial playing field as well. It's a different scenario for a club that is a complete first-timer in the Premier League or has had a long gap since the last time they were there. So things move very fast for a newly promoted club, and you realise how competitive things are on and off the field. And that's why it's so hard in that first season to stay, because there's a lot of work to be done. But if you've been there in recent history before, like Leeds and Burnley, you know a bit more about what you're doing, and that can definitely give you an advantage in terms of trying to stay in the Premier League in that first season. Once you've done it in that first season, I think the gulf narrows a little bit. You can do a bit more, you can spend a bit more, and that's when you hope that you can really consolidate yourself in the division.
A big challenge is ahead then for the newly promoted Premier League teams as they look to remain competitive and avoid relegation next season. Will any of them manage to do so? Let us know your thoughts using the hashtag FootballNowPLPromotion. That's all we've got time for though here this week. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.